You mentioned that, when it came to the labor shortages, you haven't seen anything like that before, but looking at the kind of culmination of everything, is there anything that in all of your experience, that you've seen like this whole event before?
No, I would say the only thing similar in impact was the 2008 recession. And at that time, I was part of a building materials company. So it was significant. But even that, there was a differential aspect to that. There was a purely economic event. And so you only had the economic piece to deal with. With COVID, you had an economic event, you had a governmental set of events, and that was different state by state. We're shipping from Washington state all the way through to Texas. So the way we had latitude to deal with things was very different in Texas than it is in even Southern California versus Northern California. So that was difficult to navigate. And then there's an emotional, psychological aspect to COVID that people were afraid and worried about jobs during the 2008 recession. But I mean, people were afraid for their lives for the first 100 days. And we had to figure out first and foremost, I mean, before we did any of that other stuff I talked about, making sure our workers were taken care of financially, first and foremost was what's safe, what's not safe. How do we make our plant safe to come into? How do we make sure, everybody's going to be taken care of? Now, luckily, we run a bleach plant, so probably one of the safest places in the plant to be during COVID, because bleach kills COVID. It was a triple threat. So there's been nothing like COVID in my probably since '90s, so 30 years now in the materials business.